But as long as we say to ourselves we will do as we please, the same thing it falls into our moral structure. The morality of the people is falling, and falling seriously.
Good morning. I hope all is well in these troubling times. Back at you again with another quick video on this garbage ass platform known as anti-free speech YouTube. But before we jump into this quick video, I want to bring some awareness to two conferences that are coming up. We have Funnel 3, which is June 24th, June 25th, being hosted by the Freedom of the Natural Law Alliance. And this one's going to be called the Trivium. I've talked about the Trivium many times, along with many other wonderful speakers, and a phenomenal lineup. You got Richard Grove. If you're not familiar with who he is, you may want to do some research. You got Hannah Maria, Mark Passio, David Rodriguez, Will Keller. Will Keller is one of the main organizers. Mario West, Nate Cap. You can see it on the title screen. You got Brandon Martin, Stephanie MoDavis, Douglas Martin, Corey Indralot, Chris Jansen, some people from the network, some people who are not on the network. Just a wonderful, fantastic lineup. And you got my boy Derek Bartalacelli. I'm not sure Derek's going to be doing his first presentation, but yeah, it's good to see some new faces. It's good to see some new presenters, some new speakers. I was fortunate enough to be honored to be a part of Freedom Under Natural Law too, and it was a wonderful experience. So yeah, make sure you check that out, and make sure you show some love and show some support. It's a free online conference, so you don't have to pay anything. Just just go and show some support. Go and show some love. I know usually a lot of the speakers will be in the chat. So if you have questions, don't be afraid. Now is your time to ask some questions, go in and interact with individuals who are freedom oriented. So we have a second conference which is coming up, and this is the Seed 5 conference coming up September 23rd and 24th, 2023. Later on this year, that I will be a speaker of. Brandon Martin, who was going to be a speaker in C3, asked me if I wanted to be a speaker at C5, and how could I say no? How could I say no? So, again, fortunate enough, how lucky, how honored to be a part of Seed 5. So let's look at some of these speakers. James Corder, he puts out some great work. You got Douglas Martin, Nate Cap, Mark Passio, Chris Jansen, some of the same names you'll see in, Freedom on Natural Law 3. But some names you may not be familiar with. You got Patty Logger, Dorian Greens, Colin Smith, Mark Devlin. Mark Devlin puts off some amazing content. He talks about the music industry, and a lot of the occult traditions are the occult topics that are underlined in the music, health tradition. So this is a free online conference about the occult, esotericism, freedom, history, philosophy, symbolism, and natural law. So please check out this conference. I've already been in the works of creating my presentation. It's gonna be phenomenal, man. Trying some new things because I've got some time to actually incorporate some of my skills. So I've actually been working on it for the past month and a half, the past 6 weeks or so. So please check out these online conferences. Please support the creators. If you can donate to help, then please do, because I've never personally set up a conference, but I don't think it's anything that's easy to do. It takes a lot of willpower and dedication and a lot of teamwork. So I'm fortunate enough to even be blessed to be able to speak and present. So I highly encourage anyone to check check both conferences out. So again, just a quick video. I recently put out 2 videos on other platforms and their outside talks, and I'm just sharing my mind. The first one is talking about how disagreements and some things, because people think that because we are freedom oriented and talk about morality and anarchy, that we all have to agree upon the same thing, which this is incorrect. We don't have to share the same ideas. We don't have to share the same likes. We don't have to share everything together. How disagreements are fine, but as long as you're not committing violence and theft against me or someone else, then that's really what matters. This isn't going to be some hippie kumbaya, we're sitting all over a campfire smoking J's and shit. That's not what we are trying to get at. If that's what happens, that's fine, but disagreements are fine, because we are all unique forms of individualized consciousness. So we are going to have different ideas. We're going to have different opinions. We're going to have different likes and dislikes. We don't all have to agree 100%. But what we do have to agree upon is the principles of natural law, the principles of objective morality, the principles that are going to lead us toward freedom. And that's what that video is kind of tailored to. And then there's also the self-defense part, because a lot of people still don't understand that masculine dynamic of self-ownership and a self-defense. So I was just sharing my mind, talking, getting outside, changing some things up. And then part 2, I just recently released on Sunday. And this was talking about art, creativity, and discipline, because people look at art as just this one thing of just, paint on a canvas. What I'm doing right now is a form of art, is a form of, creativity. Art is just you taking your thoughts and the things you create in your mind and putting them or creating them into manifested, reality. So everything that has been created is a form of art, because art is a form of technology. So just sharing my thoughts outside, again, trying to change some things up, because when you do the same thing over and over, it can get very redundant. So change of scenery, get to go outside. It's springtime here, birds are chirping. And really just trying to inspire people, to get out and create, because of course you should be creating within your own self, trying to create new ideas, trying to create new forms of thought, trying to heal your trauma, heal things, heal about yourself that you may not feel comfortable with. But then also too, we got to get out and experience interactive nature. We just can't be indoors all the time. We've got to be able to, get out and have conversations with people, meet new people, just go out and experience that organic, natural life. And that's really what I wanted to do. So if you want to check out the video, there's the QR code in case you're just too lazy to jump onto another platform. Yep. So, again, I'm just trying to inspire, people to heal themselves, to go and educate yourself, try to raise your consciousness, because I'm still not seeing it, man. I'm still not seeing it. And sadly, things continue to get worse and worse. But unfortunately, that's just how law works. We are all in this together. And if people don't really fucking start stepping up to do the work upon themselves and to educate other people, don't expect the conditions to ever really truly change. Peace out.
The effects are inherent in their causes. We observe every day that causes produce consequences. But most people are so much interested in their own ideas about consequences that they overlook the problem of causation.